How does manifestation work across various planes, such as physical and the higher spiritual ones? How do we manifest what we want in life? Or do we find balance between what we want and what God gives? So, every one of you, as you were a child and as you were growing up, you already had a lot of experience of manifestation. You would ask your parents to fulfill your wishes, what you wanted. And as you became an adult, you gained a valuable insight that you have to do certain things to manifest something. Then, when you awaken to spirituality, you sit on a couch and you visualize what you want and you expect that it will arrive. It happens often, I tell you, that suddenly you forgot everything about what life taught you so far, and you sit and meditate and visualize what you want, and you pray to Goddess Lakshmi to give it to you. You wait until the law of attraction will bring it to you. Now, these are the laws of the universe, yes, but these techniques of visualization, having your intentions, they're working on the higher planes indeed. They are sending clear intentions to the universe with a visual effect of what you would like in your life to manifest. You pray to gods and goddesses or to God in your prayers that God would bring you that. But in the physical life, there is an important component to take action. So this is the missing link between physicality and spirituality. Of course, it is necessary to visualize what you want, to set your intentions, your goals, to pray to God or any other deities according to your tradition. And sometimes you get something else, not exactly what you wanted. So there can be two reasons for that, is that either God knows better and gives you what you need, not what you want, or you don't get exactly what you want, you get something else because either it's not available or you were not clear enough. Especially when it comes to some important things like relationships, finances, jobs. Karma also plays important part in that. So in this reality, we face a challenge of not only physicality, that here we're not in a heavenly realms where we make a wish, intention with a thought, and it comes into being. That happens, yes, indeed, at some extent, primarily sixth dimension upwards, not 5D yet. You still need technology in 5D, but in higher planes, higher 6D, 7D, yet in this universe, there is still a play of duality. There is a big influence of karma. So manifestation is always a bit tricky. But if you are in Parabrahmanda, then truly that is how it works. You may think of something with intention to manifest it, and it literally comes out of the ethers and it comes into existence. There are still possibilities of errors, mistakes in Parbrahmanda. It is a playground, educational playground. And this is where the ascended master teachings of the mighty I Am Presence are truly brought from. These are the teachings of Parbrahmanda. However, they were brought into our universe of duality, and then people expect that it's gonna work out like that, which most commonly doesn't. So there comes many disappointments. Looking a bit higher up in Parbrahmanda, yes, you can think of something with intention to bring it forth, and it comes forth. It's predominant in spirit, in love, and it manifests. These are the laws of Parbrahmanda. It is a playground of creation. In the divine, it is absolutely perfect. It is impossible to think of imperfection. It is absolutely aligned with divine love, with the highest joy. So, therefore, whatever you would intend, it would be God intent. It comes as absolute perfection. The divine is beyond heavens and heavens and heavens beyond. So the New Age concepts do not even reach the divine. The New Age teachings reach as high as usually the mighty I Am Presence, but then people meditate and they assume that it will manifest in their life. So here in this universe, we have a challenge of duality, challenge of karma. And of course, every soul, every living being still wants to be happy and manifest best conditions for their life, which is completely understandable. And coming down to the lowest planes of existence, such as physicality, people realized thousands of years ago that instead of praying to God, you rub two pieces of wood together and you make fire. Instead of praying to God to bring you some food, you go and grow vegetables. You do farming. You have to do something because God will not give you vegetables. They won't fall from the sky. So here we have to take actions. And if you keep your feet grounded on the floor, the intermediate spirituality, I tell you, you have to have 2 feet in the heaven, 2 feet on the floor, on the earth. Because if you're only in the heaven, you're in a cloud number 9, your physical life will be suffering. The cloud 9 will expire at some point, and then you'll have to come back to the physical life. So this is the reality that needs to be remembered. And the way things work here in the physical, but also in the higher planes, is that if you want something, you have to keep trying. And in one way, and in another way, and yet another way, from different angles. When people have projects or they envision, for example, I had discussions recently with some capable businessmen. And this person says, I would like now to, in my life, manifest something which is more in alignment with joy, with what I would enjoy doing, rather than doing whatever had to be done in the past to earn the income and living. And in our discussion, I explained that you have to visualize what you want to achieve For example, having some clients with whom you enjoy working, and visualize that you will reach that stage in 7 years, for example. It's not going to happen tomorrow, especially if you don't take any action. But if you visualize that in 7 years, I see myself doing what I love, having projects that I love, or helping people in the way that would truly matter and you would enjoy it and it would be financially sustainable. So visualize this in 7 years and now reverse engineer what you have to do today. And realize that today you might need to do some hard work and some perhaps training, learning some new skills, learning something new on computer or taking some courses or hiring somebody and training them to do something. So this has to be done, even though yet it's not exactly what you love to do, but this has to be done now so that you set up the right infrastructure, the right components for this future vision. And our conversation went further, him asking, so how about you? And I said, well, I still have to do, for example, some accounting. I have to open those Excel sheets. Maybe 10 years ago, this was absolutely something that I would not enjoy doing. 20 years ago, I was nearly afraid of numbers and calculations, mathematics. I was like, no way. Now, whenever it's necessary, my hands just open it up, even if it's 12 at night, and I just do it for an hour. Zero resistance. Is it something that I love doing? No. Is it something that I hate doing? No. I neither love it nor hate it. It just has to be done. And I do it. So many of these concepts, doing what you love, many of these concepts you have to grow over. And this is when, especially when you reach awareness level of consciousness and even more so full consciousness, you gain capacity to do whatever life asks you, to do whatever your family asks you to do. You have no longer spiritual luxury to say that, oh, I'm too spiritual to call electrician, or I'm too spiritual to do whatever really life asks you to do. Or saying, no, I'm not good at it. I'm not going to do this. Well, learn it, figure it out, and do it because life asks you for that. I remember I went to accountant and I had to complete end of the year accounts maybe 10 years ago when I still had one of the companies I opened in United Kingdom. So it was a UK accounting, and I came to accountant in Malta and he said, well, okay. So he said, let's sit down and let me help you to fill it up. And as we were filling it, these forms, and we're adding all the sums together, this and that in the balance sheet. And as I'm explaining him, and he says, wow, you're really good at this. He says, if you ever wanted an accounting job, we're looking for someone. I said, no, thank you. This is not what I truly want to do all my life. But that was a compliment, because 10 years before that, my brain would freeze looking at Excel sheets of accounting. There are other things that he was good at, but some things were just not so aligned as such. So then life again and again showed me that when something needs to be done, you can figure things out. So this is where you will notice that life wants you to do certain things and that you are resisting. that you are complaining, and the present moment is giving you something or asking something for you to do, and you're saying no. You're saying, this is not exactly what I want to do, or I want something else instead. But right now, this is exactly what you have. So go through this, finish this cycle of creation or responsibility. And when you will prove to life and the universal laws, which also are a bit automated in this universe, the laws of manifestation. Because here the laws of manifestation are saying that when there's a cycle, if you want to move forward, you have to complete it. When you complete this bit, then something else will come up on a higher note. Either something more exciting or something of a larger capacity that will enable you to grow and to be more responsible and to manage things better. So we have these cycles upon cycles of manifestation. And many times people want to jump 20 cycles forward and say, oh, I want to be professional at this and that. And yet they haven't taken even the introductory course. And they already want to be professionals, high achievers in whatever field that is. But it is a common knowledge here that you need 10,000 hours of training or practice or study to be really good at something. 10,000 hours you have to put in to work on it, to be really good at something. Therefore, you have to complete the cycles. And when you complete this cycle, then it expands. It's like a vortex of manifestation. You complete the cycle, you go up, now it's a bigger cycle. You complete that too, you complete all the cycles at this level, and then you graduate to a higher level. And there are many cycles for you to do and complete to go further up. And if you have done everything responsibly, in 5-7 years, you will see that, oh, I have done a lot of good things. I have learned a lot and I have achieved a lot.